Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Wing Wednesdays with this guy,
Howard Wing, and this guy,
Adam Wing.
If you think this is sounding naff, right, just let us know in the comments and we won't do it again, alright?
I said that last time.
Did we?
I like
Did nobody comment?
No.
Oh, we'll keep doing it then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How's it
so,
going?
alright.
Yeah.
So what's on the agenda for today? We've
so-
got a few things coming up this week, we can chat about that, but what are your thoughts? What's going on?
Because we've got a big Northwest networking night tomorrow, I thought it'd be a good time to chat about the subject of networking, and because that's been a massive thing for my business, has been the building a network of other. When I say networking,
Well, I
getting
think
to know other suppliers and stuff.
that
isn't it?
word itself sounds corporate and businessy and selly, and
Well,
the
that's
beauty with the
first
wedding
thing.
industry is you don't really have to be networking or calling it networking. It's just hanging out with people, getting to know people in the industry, in your niche or other people's niches, and creating friendships and bonds with people. And it doesn't have to be networky selly. I remember one of the event a while ago where somebody was handing out business cards and it was really frowned upon. It's like, it's just not how we do it in this kind of world.
There was like a networking night, and I'm going to keep doing that when I say networking, because they are just piss-ups. But someone turned up and was like, yeah, here's my card, like, I'd really like to connect. And we was like, shut up, do a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, I don't
And
want
it's
your
kind
business
of,
card.
you know, so...
Isn't that the cool thing about the wedding industry though?
Yeah,
it's
and I
just
think
your mates, isn't it? It's
you're going to
good.
get along a lot easier if you're way more informal with it and just be yourself and have a laugh than trying to push stuff. Because I think, like, when you said to, when I started about building a network of people, and you kind of helped me and introduced me to people. But I've mentioned that to others, and I know you have, and some people will take that advice on board and really try and force a relationship with someone.
Yeah.
And be like, hi, like messaging on Facebook and saying, please can we be friends, and that kind of handing out business cards. It's not quite
I think you have to treat
organic.
it like you treat it when you're with your friends, your normal, out of the wedding industry, your normal friends. Maybe not all the cussing and all the stupid stuff, but just treat it as a friendship, as what you do with a normal
bit
friend.
like in a normal workplace, you've just got that kind of shop banter.
Yeah.
Where you can chat about weddings and hang out.
And it's great because you're all in the same bit. You're all in the same world.
so
There's so much to talk
and
about.
it's, like, we don't really get that because you work kind of solitary on a wedding a lot of the time. So it's nice to have, in a normal workplace, you'd be, during your break time, you'd be chatting and having a laugh and banter with all your colleagues. So it's kind of
great
chance to do that.
It's good, and my whole network of friends has changed dramatically since I've been in the business. It's like all my friends now are wedding friends. I thought, that's where they've kind of come from originally, which is brilliant because we all work weekends. We're not much to do in the week, so we kind of get together during the week, go out for lunches, meet up, go out for drinks.
You lose touch with your 9 to 5 friends and you make new kind of weekend work.
Yeah, because they ring you up on a Friday, we're going out on the piss, like, well, no, because I'm working. But what about on Tuesday? Well, no, because I'm working. So you kind of do naturally lose a lot of those weekendy sort of friends, but you gain a whole load of other friends, which you've all got something in common with, which is good. So this week on Wednesday night we have the Andy Murphy annual do. He puts on a big wedding supplier night. And it is just a big party at the end of the season, which is brilliant. And he gets everybody there.
There's going to be about 200 people-ish. There was last year, it was about 200.
Yeah.
It's a big annual do. It's informal, but it's always like around Manchester area.
Just a party.
There's Northern Quarter in
Northern Quarter.
Night,
He puts loads of entertainment on. He has food. And we have a great get-together with a load of cool people. And he gets great people going to it as well. He's got a good network. Again, this is why knowing the right people within the right sector or area, i.e. who mix with the best in the industry, if you like, are great people to kind of latch onto and become friends with. And Andy Murphy is one of my closest friends in the wedding world.
He's probably, he's the top of the DJs in the Northwest, isn't he?
Yeah,
There's
he's
going to
now
be florists there,
yeah.
There's going to be magicians, there's photographers, there's singers, there's video folk, there's venue people. So, but there's like a unwritten rule of no official like shop talk and no networking. We have a bit of a laugh, but
it's
it's
good for
amazing
people.
how that can still knock on and be good for business.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're just making friends, and then somewhere down the line they're gonna.
Well, it's also putting that face to the name, because obviously a lot of people. I found this with you because obviously I've talked to you about you a lot on my social media and to other suppliers. And when you come to these events, you meet these people for the first time, and it just puts that face to the name.
Oh,
and,
Howard's nephew.
yeah, and it puts your face to the name. Then you chat to them, and it all works well. It all comes full circle, doesn't it? So
here's one.
So networking events, then I suppose, how to get on them, where do you find out about them, and
well, you can arrange your own. This is what I was saying before off camera. You could, if you've not got a network and you want to start building one, you could just find out who your local suppliers are in your area, and just say, do you want anyone want to meet up for a coffee on this date, and kind of get a bit of a circle going, and then you can maybe start a referral group and start recommending each other, and that's one way to get started doing it, because then the more people you meet, the more your network's going to branch out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Good. I mean,
you got 10 people you're going for lunch with on a Wednesday. Well, those 10 people might know another 20 people.
Yeah.
And
so is that, I don't know, is that a good? Because I kind of had the shortcut of you, and I got introduced to people straight away. I didn't really have to work too much for it at the start.
There's an example, and it's latching onto people who have a good network already.
So how did you get going? Way back when?
I can't remember. I think a lot of it for me was
you get
starting
approached
with
by people
I think
are already doing it.
For me, because with Johnny Draper, a good friend of mine, right from the start, our careers have sort of gone side by side as far as timing goes. So we've had a lot of similar friends working up through the industry. So obviously being friends with Johnny, and then obviously I got friends with like Gav from the Rush, and the Bandtube, and Andy Murphy DJ, and they all became part of our kind of network. And it just sort of went from there, really. And it wasn't like I forced anything, like I'm going to go on Facebook and arrange meetups. But other people would do, and then they'd invite me along, and so I would do, and then we've all become friends, we've all got a nice big network. But there's little sub-networks within those networks where other people meet up. There's some little cliques here and there, but which is cool, as long as you're not being a dick.
Well, that's the key, because some people, the Johnny Draper mantra.
Don't be a dick.
There are some little cliques and side groups that are like, they think they're the cool kids, and like you get the odd murmur of like, I don't want to hang out with them, and there's a bit of cattiness like there is in anything. But
you know what I was talking about?
The best way to get along is to not get involved with any of that.
Yeah, I think how to get on these network events. I think the thing is just be passionate. Be always pushing forward, doing what you're doing, and you stand out, and people recognise that. I know there's Andy Murphy's got people on this event this week where they're kind of new to the industry, but they're making waves in the world, the wedding world, and he's kind of pricked their ears up, and they'll get an invite. Oh, I've been seeing what you're doing. Are you interested in coming? So it kind of comes down, as long as you're being proactive and you're showing that you're busy in the in the industry and that you're good at what you do, then you're going to get the invite to come into you. And when you get them invites, don't turn them down. Go on there and do it. It's all about progressing your career and building your network and moving forward.
There was the wedding awards last year, and a photographer who's now a friend came up to me and was like, "Hi, you're Adam, aren't you?" And he'd seen me on Facebook, and he was just there on his own. He was new to the industry.
Was he like a fan?
No. He just said, "I've seen you on Facebook," and he recognised my face probably because I'm on Facebook all the time. And he didn't know anyone, and he was new to the industry. He was up for a newcomer or whatever, and he'd come to the awards, probably bricking himself a little bit because he didn't know anyone. And he was like, "Do you mind if he was just wanted to introduce himself.
Can we hang out?
Can we like hang out for a bit because I don't know anyone?" But that's the way you've got to do it if you really don't know.
Just got to stick your neck out and get involved.
And now we're mates. We've done a couple of weddings together.
Yeah, brilliant. I talking about starting off and building your network. For me, the wedding awards was always a good one because I always went to the events, the regional and the national events. There's whole new people, but that works good to make a really far outreaching network.
If you get to the nationals,
in the UK,
it's completely different.
Yeah, you've got everybody from every sort of region in the UK, which will broaden your network. I have people up in Newcastle and people down south in Devon who suppliers that I've worked alongside at weddings, and it's just brilliant. It's just, the sky's the limit, really. You can network wherever you want, and then going beyond that, abroad weddings and mixing with suppliers that
you can try and get in with, especially down south in the London scene, like for videographers and photographers. I've been trying to target London because there's a lot of it's seen as like the high end kind of wedding.
It's a ball ache, London, for me. I don't like working in London.
Oh, I love it. I know
Yeah, but
you've
you're
got
all
kit,
right, 'cause you just walk in with a camera
rock up
bag
with my bag on the tube,
your little
do
tripod.
this, and it's easy. Yeah.
I've got to take my van and I've got a logo on my kit. It's a bit of a
But
pain in the
they're
arse.
key dates, like the wedding awards are always in my diary every year. The Andy Murphy dues.
Oh, just going to stop you there. I don't know if you know, Adam's up for another award this Wednesday at the English Wedding Awards.
It's tomorrow night.
So
yeah.
fingers crossed for that one for you. Maybe. When's this going live?
Tomorrow.
Well,
Afternoon,
maybe we'll
before
announce it
the-
on the next video, see how we did. And if you didn't do that good in it, we probably won't talk about
Brush
it.
over it. What was I going to say? So here's one. So once say you've made, like, because as you were saying about as you come up through the industry, your network will change from like you'll be in a group of suppliers and then you'll move to higher end weddings. You'll meet new suppliers. And like with venues, you kind of I've come and go in and out of favour with different venues and stuff. Once you've got an established connection or a relationship with a supplier who's going to recommend you, how do you then keep hold of them? Because they can fade. If you've not been there, if you just happen to have not seen them for 6 months, it can fade away. And that's why these nights are good, because it's a chance to catch up with everyone outside of the weddings, just so that you're still in their minds the next time.
I suppose it's like maintaining those relationships, isn't it?
It's like a friendship. You don't want to, if you don't see your mate for 6 months, you're going to lose touch and you're going to...
Yeah, and somebody else might come into their world who does a similar thing to you, and they might end up getting those recommends rather than you.
It's a good idea to, if you've got if you have got a relationship established with a venue or another supplier, like you don't want to rest on your laurels, I guess.
It's maintaining it, and the thing with you guys, with the video and like sort of photography world, you've got archives of footage and photos where every now and again you can ping a throwback out. Or this time 2 months ago we were doing da-da-da's wedding at such a venue, link their venues in, mention how great the staff were on the day. It's things like that to kind of maintain them relationships. As long as you're talking about them on social media, I think that's probably
without
enough.
It sounding kind of without it being too pushy and forcing it, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
if you think you're losing favour with a venue where you perhaps did get a lot of recommends through the venue itself, and it's starting to wane a little bit, then just kind of reignite them fires with a few social media posts, maybe drop in, get a coffee, have a little chat. Yeah, if you want to do that, great.
It's always good to be wary of, because you do come in.
But again, it's always broadening your outreach to different suppliers and different venues, because you touched on it before, you can go out of favour with venues. I found it throughout all of my career that I might be the flavour of the month or the flavour of the sixth month
it's hard
for
to
one
then
venue.
Keep hold of that for another couple of years because someone else will come along. But then you've lost favour with that one, but picked up favour in another one.
So this is why you always have to
kind of keep it.
Without a doubt. I mean, there was probably 3 key venues at the start that were always recommending me, and then all of a sudden it's like, I've not got a recommend from these venues. What's going on? You drop out of favour, But luckily, because you're always striving, moving forward, you're getting other relationships in different venues, and you just got to keep that train moving. And I found it really strange with these venues that I'm talking about, because it's actually come back. So that was flavour of the month, and it went out of favour, and then it's kind of come back again. So things do come full circle.
But it's a case of saying yes to the opportunities when they come, and not turning any of these events down, because if you're there,
as long as the right and the right type of event, which has the right type of people on it who are working in the sectors where you want to work, and they're in a world where you want to be, because there's different worlds in the wedding industry, isn't there?
If you're there on the night and you're showing your face and you're chatting to your network, then you're keeping that relationship going. If you didn't go and you missed it, and you might get, where were you last night? And they soon forget about you because they met someone else then.
Kind of. But it's also, the networking event nights are always good to kind of give back and say thank you to people you have been getting recommends from throughout the year. You might not have had a chance to do it. So you meet up, it's like, I'm going to get you a bottle of champagne, just to say thanks.
I owe a lot of photographers a few beers tomorrow, because I've had a lot of gigs from a lot of friends, and so I'm definitely going to be buying a few rounds.
And ain't it good?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Because then you've got the opportunity to do it and say thanks.
This is what we were saying yesterday about another videographer who he recommended sending planners, thank you, like if a planner gets you a wedding or a photographer.
I think this is really good advice, that Adam picked up from somebody. I like this. I love the idea of it. So put your ears up for this one. Go on, shoot. I think it's a great idea.
So he got a wedding from a planner, and then after the wedding he sent them a bottle of Prosecco, champagne, a bracelet, I think Tiffany. He'd spent like 200 quid on this gift, packaged it all up, sent it to the planner. And he's got, he got a few £1,000 out of the wedding, so a couple hundred quid's nothing. And the planner was super excited, like really grateful, put it on Instagram. Oh my God, thanks to for sending me the present. And then 5 of her planner friends on her Instagram saw that, found his tag, approached him.
Well, they saw that she'd received this amazing present from this wedding videographer for kind of referring him, and all of a sudden they were like, I want a present like that.
Yeah.
So then did they contact him and started to offer him
So
work
these
as
other
well?
planners messaged him saying, we've got this wedding, are you free on this date? And tried to give him some work, because obviously they saw that he'd given a present to the
brilliant.
people that get him work, and they probably thought, yeah,
So for a £200 present, he's probably got a
The
2.5,
idea,
3 grand booking out of it anyway. And then he's got the potential of all those other people who inquired about him from seeing that he'd given a
I've had
present.
that advice loads of times. Like, any suppliers get you a wedding, just give him, like, send them a nice bottle of champagne or something to say thank you.
It's being grateful, it's
the gratitude,
reciprocating.
and it's that mental thing of, they've given me a bottle of champagne, I'm going to have to do something for them in return. And you don't do it for that reason, but it still kind of comes full circle.
When it's a kind of a psychological thing. At the start, I used to have a big gift pack with CDs in it and all sorts of things. I always used to give them to my couples when they came here. I always found that it's that you've given somebody something, they feel they're going to give you something back. It's just this weird psychology stuff. I.e. book you, yeah, so that can work. But no, I think that's a brilliant story about that guy who spent a nice bit of money on a good present.
Because everyone was like, it was at his workshop the other week, and everyone was like, oh my God, you spent that much, really? Like, you can't do that. And
Yeah, but I've just picked up 20 grand's of work from all these other people they recommended me to. So
to me, it made total sense. But
yeah, I like that one. Maybe that's the takeaway from this one, isn't it?
It's a good tip. Yeah, the one thing to do to improve your business. Buy a load of, go out and buy a load of nice
Buy
favours
favours.
and bottles of champagne, wrap them up. So yeah, networking.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I'm looking forward to this Wednesday, not only for the party, but to see how you do in the Wedding English Awards.
English Wedding Awards.
English Wedding Awards.
I'm not. I'm looking forward to the party. I'm going to be a bit.
Oh, it's going to be great. Night over. Got the kids slept.
I had a bride wanted to Skype on Thursday morning, and I said no, I can't. Thursday, I'm busy, because I knew I'd be hungover.
I hope you didn't tell her that in the email.
Well, no, but if she watches this, she'll know. I just said I was busy. But...
Hey, it's funny because a couple of my couples whose wedding I did the other week said they watch your Wing Wednesday videos. Like shit. It's not for you, it's for the wedding world.
Well, and it's aimed at videographers and wedding business people, but I don't think we say anything bad about couples.
No, of course not. That's great.
No,
Anybody can watch, and certainly anybody who's wants to get into the wedding world, then.
But whoever you are watching, I hope you found this helpful and useful, and we'll be back next Wednesday for another one. I do need to talk about workshops at some point. That's a topic I want to discuss.
Workshops, investing in yourself, learning from the best. Yeah.
Maybe that one next time.
Maybe that one next week. Or again, if you've got any other ideas, any other topics you want us to cover, business or the video training side of it, let me know. If we can combine another business video, that'd be cool. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Like,
comment, hit the bell, ding ding.
Bye.
All that stuff. See you later.